Hi guys, welcome back to the PomPomBros channel. We hope you guys enjoyed last week's video where we went grocery shopping for the boys. Today's video will be giving you tips and tricks to transition dogs to home prepared raw dog food. Let's get into the video. So a lot of people transition to raw food by combining kibble, commercial raw dog food, home cooked meals with home prepped raw dog food. Now this is actually very upsetting for the digestive system because these foods all digest at different paces. It can cause diarrhea and vomiting, so we want to avoid mixing different foods together. There's actually no need to transition into a species-appropriate diet. It's rather easy, fast, and beneficial for your dog. The best way to transition dogs into home-prepared raw dog food is to fast for a day. Fasting won't do any harm to your dog if that's what you're afraid of. In fact, it carries a lot of benefits, including the fact that it provides rest for the digestive system because the dog's stomach won't be constantly working. It allows the body to clean itself and push out toxins. When I decided to transition my dogs, I only intended to fast my dogs for a day. However, a couple of them ended up having diarrhea, which indicated cleansing of the bowel. So as a result, I ended up having to wait until there was no more diarrhea, which was a couple of days to continue feeding them. On a side note, fasting is a normal part of wild dogs' life, even young pups. They do not eat every day because their parents go hunting and they have to wait for them to come back. So we can assume that our domesticated, less active dogs will not die. Now, if you're not going to fast because you're not ready for it or have family members who are super opposed to it, you can feed plant the next day. If your dog enjoys certain fruits, you can go ahead and feed that to him. I prefer mono fruit meals to see how the digestive system is doing, and it's easier to observe the poop. If your dog doesn't like fruits, you can try giving him 50% cooked sweet potatoes mixed with 50% cooked quinoa. I'll include the measurements for the food later on in the video. You'll know the dog's stomach is clean because when your dog goes potty, the poop will come out the same color as the fruit you had fed him prior. That's a good thing to take notice of because you'll know his stomach does not have any old food in it. Rotational mono feeding is about separating meat and fruit days because dogs only have one chamber for digesting. Your dog will also benefit from fast days and the rotation as well. My 4 dogs are on 2 fruit days, 1 meat day, and 1 fast day. After that, we repeat the cycle again. So here are some tips that you can use to help your dog eat fruits. First, introduce 1 fruit at a time and take notice to see which fruit he likes, and then you can build upon that. Second, do not mix incompatible fruits together. For example, do not mix sweet fruits with acidic fruits. Third, start with sweet potato, not the regular white ones, but I'm talking about the orange sweet potatoes or purple yams, and you can mix those with quinoa and introduce other fruits slowly. Once your dog starts eating more fruits, you can remove the sweet potato if you only want to feed raw. The sweet potato is a great transition food since once it is cooked, complex carbohydrates are broken down into simple carbohydrates, thus resembling ripe fruits. Fourth, you can drizzle some almond butter over their fruits to make it more appealing. This is not to do for long term, but only to acclimate them to start eating fruits. Fifth, cut the fruit into smaller pieces. 2 of my dogs like their fruits to be cut really small, and they enjoy their meals much better that way. And last but not least, fast for a day. It definitely helped my dog to start eating more fruit. Also, if your dog decides to self-fast instead of eat his meal, he's basically letting you know that his body still has fuel reserves and he's just not hungry enough to eat it. It's nothing to worry about and it's normal canine behavior. Just try again later. Fruit days should be 5 to 10% of your dog's body weight, and this is for the whole day. The higher the water content of the fruit is, the higher the percentage of the feeding. So if you're feeding watermelon the whole day, you can feed 10% of your dog's body weight, which is fine because it's mostly just water. However, if you feed dates and bananas, you may want to stick around the 5 to 6% range since they're more dense. Now we'll discuss some tips to get your dog to eat raw meat if he isn't already crazy for it. First, braise the meat slightly over a frying pan using only water. Do not cook the meat all the way through. Second, cut the meat to smaller pieces unless he's a gulper. Another tip you can do is use only the water from a can of salt-free tuna or sardines for flavoring. Remember to not include the tuna or the sardines. Fourth, do not mix cooked meat with raw meat together because it can cause digestive issues. Last, keep the meat at room temperature because some dogs just don't like cold meat. Meat can be fed 3 to 5% of your dog's body weight. Also, please include raw bones in their meat meals as well. It's an essential part of a dog's diet and prevents plaque buildup. Do not cook the bones because they will become brittle and sharp. Raw bones, however, are safe for dogs. You should also include secreting organs such as liver, and I also use kidney as well. Since being on rotational mono feeding, the boys' gut health has been great. And while this diet is helping them to detox all of the toxins within their body, health issues naturally started to resolve themselves. So I hope some of these tips would be helpful for those who are transitioning their dogs to home-prepared raw dog food. Please share with all dog people who may need help with transitioning their dogs to raw. Guys, it's super fun and delicious for your canine companions. Stay tuned for next week's video because we'll be showing you what our dog's breakfast looks like in a week. Thank you for the support and much love from the PomPomBros.